Good afternoon all. Trust you can hear me okay. This is the third of a trilogy of webinars on the EasyScan Capture product. This one is an overview of intelligent email capture and workflow and how EasyScan can automate email retrieval and the process of these, whether it's the email itself, the header and the content of it, or actually any attachments that may be there. I don't know if any of you have been on here or any of the previous webinars, but what I will do is I will just quickly give a quick overview of EasyScan. So EasyScan are a document capture company managing information. So basically they have a suite of products which they developed over the last 13 years since 2002, which enables you to capture data from paper and digital sources and extract this information and deliver it to the right systems and people who then can make better business decisions. It helps automate these business processes, and it's been done so for over 1,000 companies worldwide. So basically Europe, Australia and North America are the main users. And basically we're able to do this from many different document types. We've gone through in the previous ones that we have unstructured data and we have it's unstructured data, which is like correspondence, any general letters that come into an organization, and we also have the ability to do semi-structured, so invoices where you know where there's some key areas that are like and templated, and forms like application forms and works orders. These are what we have covered in the previous two webinars, and this one, number 4 on the screen, emails, is what we'll be showing you today. So Ming Yap is with me, our technical manager, and I'm Bob Gristock. Any questions you have, please use the chat box and we'll try and answer them as we go along. And I'm just going to hand over the screen now to Ming such that he can go through a demonstration of EasyScan.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Trust everyone can see my screen. I'm just going to load up EasyScan. And for those who haven't seen EasyScan before, I'll just leading on from Bob, just to give you a brief overview of what you can see on the screen. So EasyScan is a batch scanning application. We're kind of the middleman between your hardware, your copiers, your desktop scanners, and we're the middleman between that and your backend systems, your document management systems, your accounting packages. So what we do is we scan the documents, we extract the relevant information, and then we upload that relevant information as metadata into your backend systems. Great thing about EasyScan also is we can upload into multiple systems at the same time. So instead of having to scan a document multiple times into things like DocuShare, into SharePoint, into Sage, we can do that in one pass. Now, we have traditionally talked about paper, digitizing paper, but in the common recent years, we've been doing more and more electronic documents. So things like email archiving, existing documents, existing electronic PDFs that you want to get from network drives, from emails, from FTP sites into those backend systems. So this is where we would fit in. So today we want to just briefly take you through, or I'll take you through 2 jobs that will be able to pull an email folder, extract the information from those emails, and then save that into a backend system. Today, we're going to be going through DocuShare as a backend system. So what you can see on my screen at the moment is EasyScan. This is our dashboard where each of these job buttons are configurations in the backend. The end user just needs to know what document type that they want to use, click on that button, and that will drive the workflow. So the first job that I'll run through is job button 11. So clicking on that job button will start the polling process. So this will actually go into our test server and start polling for emails. So this process can actually run straight away, automatically polling and extracting emails, or in this case, we'll actually select an email, bring it into EasyScan. Good thing about this is it downloads as a TIFF file. So we can actually, as an image, look through the image and extract information from the physical email. So here I've got a nice utility here. I can actually start typing in the title of the email. So let's just say test email. Or alternatively, we've got this ad hoc tool where you can lasso part of the document, and that will dynamically OCR that part of the document for me. Now, I think it doesn't accept the Apple sign, so we can keep going from that. It's extracted the header part of the email as well, so we've got the document date, the subject line. Let's change this to a dash. Okay, so it's just saying, so we've got some validation rules as well, which limits based on the capability of our backend system. So in terms of the subject field, we're only allowed 50 characters, so I can strip out some of the subject and it'll let me go on. Oops. It's more than 50 characters. There we go. And we've got the sender information, again, information that comes directly from the header of the email. And what we're trying to demonstrate today is the actual saving of the email into DocuShare. So then you can actually open up the email. You can send the email. You can send reply to the email. Basically, we've stored the original email file into DocuShare. So this goes back into our test address, and we can download the next email. So I'll cancel this process. And just going through our repository, we've got a collection for scanned documents, and we've got a new email here for us. So just call it test, but we can open that up, and you can see the actual email file here. Okay, so if there are any attachments to that email, that would actually save as an email and attachments. So that's how we would process and save an actual email file. But what if you wanted to process just the attachments? So this is a good scenario where in an organization, you might get supplier invoices coming through a central email repository. So you have vendors sending their invoices to invoices@soandso.com, and we would actually poll the invoices email address. So this button number 5 here, this will allow me to select an email with invoice attachments. So here we have an email which I just sent to myself. We've got one attachment. So you can actually see the physical email here. But what we'll actually do is we're not going to be too fussed with the physical email here in this case. We're just going to want to download the attachments to extract the invoice information. So following on with our previous seminars here, or webinars, we've actually run through this procedure where we actually extract information from the invoice. So things like the supplier name, we can actually extract, make adjustments if needed. Oops, sorry, give me 1 second. Let's stop this process so I can make adjustments to the back end. That's all fine. Okay, let's start that again. So we'll extract the supplier name, invoice number, date and total, and that will automatically archive that into DocuShare. So with that process, it's basically the attachments that we have to worry about. So the attachments being invoices that gets polled, it can be extracted automatically. Any problems with the invoice, any exceptions, that can go into an exceptions queue to be processed manually. But any invoices that go through, be extracted at 100% rate, that will go through into our DocuShare system automatically. So let's go into our supplier invoices folder. You can see there we've got some new invoices. This is one I did earlier this morning. And these are the three which we've just pushed in. So we've got an invoice number as a document name and the metadata that has come through with the invoice. So you can see there supplier name, invoice date, and our total. And if you look into the properties of the document, okay, so you can see there with the summary pane. And we'll just open up an invoice to show you the physical document. Okay, so this is just a couple of possibilities with the email archiving or the email capabilities within EasyScan. So yes, we have been able to use traditional paper scanning, and now flowing onto this, we've got email archiving as well as scanning from a network folder.
A question that's coming, Ming, is can you do both the header information and the body of an email as well as the attachment, or is it two different processes that you need to do depending on the type of work you're getting in?
Yeah, so traditionally it would be two different processes. You can have the email and attachment downloaded into EasyScan, but then we would have two different processes from that point onwards, because typically you'd have the header information and the email itself going in as one process, but then you'd want to process the invoices separately and extract actual invoice information from that. So I'd say yes, you can run through it, download the email and attachments in one job, but then you'd separate the process after that.
Thanks, Ming. Anybody else got any questions at all? I know that's short and sweet, but that is the jobs that EasyScan can do with email capture and how they would load them into back-end systems such as DocuShare. So if there's no other questions, we'll see you another day. Thank you.